Hey guys, welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Tuesday. It's no longer Cyber Monday, so hopefully you got some great deals because we had a fantastic Cyber Monday with FanDuel and DraftKings, and we are going to talk about that. That's going to be the first thing we talk about. Then we're going to talk about today's slate. Then we are going to go over the plays that we like. So I would absolutely love to hear how you guys did yesterday. So what we do is I'm going to go over yesterday's best possible score on FanDuel, best possible score on DraftKings. Then we're going to go over our lineups, both FanDuel and DraftKings, cash and GPP. By the way, pretty damn good day. We'll go over that. Then we'll go over today's slate, whether or not there's, X amount of games, over-unders, who is favored and stuff like that. Then we will go over some of our projections from our free article. So if you like the projections and you want to see a little bit more, you'll go check out the article. If you need a little bit more help, you can subscribe using a day pass. Excuse me. You can use a day pass and check it out. We still have the Black Friday special where you can get the lifetime pass. Normally $199. You can get it for, or normally $499. You can get it for $199, or you can get the year pass. Normally $199. You can get it for $99. So that is what we're at, and I want to jump right into it. So let's look at the best possible score you could add on FanDuel and DraftKings, starting with DraftKings. So James Harden had a night at 89 fantasy points, which consisted of how many actual points did he get? 54 actual points. I did see Barstool Sports tweet out how many points will headband Harden score tonight because he was warming up in a headband. Maybe it's right because he absolutely dominated. We had him in our lineups. 89 fantasy points. Kyle Korver, 30.5. Markieff Morris, 42.5. Doug McDermott, 32.5. Nikola Vucevic, 57.5. Eric Gordon, 45. Terrence Ross, 37.75. And Kevin Durant at 78 fantasy points. So the best possible score you could have had on DraftKings, not saying anybody had it, was 412.75. So 412.75, I'd say you probably saw 375, 380, maybe 390. I doubt you saw over 400, but if you did, definitely let me know because that's a hell of a score. And hopefully you guys did dominate with us. We dominated. It should have been a pretty good day if you followed our advice, followed our lineups cheat sheet, optimal lineup, or the NBA matchup tool as well. So the best possible score on DraftKings was 412.75. So let's go over our DraftKings lineup real quick. So our cash lineup consists of James Harden, and you can find these at FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. So all you have to do is just go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, and there's lineup results. Hover over lineup results and go down to NBA lineup results. So you can do that easily. Go for it if you want. I'm not making it up. But we had James Harden at 89, Eric Gordon at 45, Gary Clark at 8.5, throwaway play pretty much. Marvin Williams, 29, Nikola Vucevic, 57.5, Justin Holiday, 36.5, Otto Porter, 31, and Drew Holiday at 35.5. So we had on our DraftKings cash lineup 332. On our DK lineup, we had James Harden again. In most of our plays, all of our core plays hit pretty damn well, and they went throughout our lineups. But we had James Harden at 89, Rodney Hood at 28.5, and Gary Clark at 8.5, Marvin Williams, 29, Tristan Thompson, 37.75, Drew Holiday, 35.5, Eric Gordon, 45, and Clint Capella, 46.5. So our GPP lineup got 319.75. So looking at the FanDuel best lineup, you had Darren Collison at 40.1, Ryan Arcidiacono at 34.8, James Harden at 81.0 or 81.1, Eric Gordon at 40.4. Now, I felt it weird when we built James Harden and Eric Gordon together because they're both shooting guards, but it worked out. Eric Gordon at 40.4, Kevin Durant 77.7. I didn't have any exposure to Durant. I'm kind of upset we didn't, but we still dominated. Doug McDermott, 31.2, Larry Nance Jr., 39.1, Markieff Morris, 40.5, and Nikola Vucevic at 55.4 for a total of 440. So then you have to take the lowest score out of there, which would have been the 31.2. Yeah. So the top score was right around 409. That being said, our FanDuel cash lineup, Kemba Walker, 39.7. Kyrie Irving, 56. Marcus Smart, 22.9. Klay Thompson, 41.5. James Ennis was 20.1. Rudy Gay was 14.6, which is the score that was dropped. Marcus Morris at 35.7. Domantas Sabonis, 36. And Clint Capella, 47.8 for 299.7. So not bad, but our GPP lineup definitely did go a lot better. So our GPP lineup on FanDuel last night, Darren Collison, 40.1. Kyrie Irving, 56. James Harden, 81.1. Eric Gordon, 40.4. Gary Clark, the throwaway, at 7.8. Rudy Gay, 14.6, did underperform. I think he was projected like 30 or something, which is okay. I mean, we still dominated. Marcus Morris, 35.7. Larry Nance Jr., 39.1. And Nikola Vucevic at 55.4. So our GPP FanDuel lineup ended up with 362.4, which should have dominated, should have cashed you guys everywhere. So if you used our advice on our article and you dominated, let me know the score you got below. If you used our optimal lineups, let me know what the scores of our optimal lineups would have gotten in your cash or GPP plays. So hopefully you guys had success last night. Hopefully you guys had success. If you did, comment down below in this video. Be a subscriber, please. It helps out. We had a great day yesterday. I'm looking forward to another good day today. Yesterday, I said we had the 7-game slate. We could narrow it down to 4 of the games and kind of look at it from there. And that's what we did. So it was pretty nice. I waited later in the day. So as you guys know, the cheat sheet went out about like 2:30 Central, and I got the lineups out about 5. So and I know sometimes you would like to see the lineups earlier in the day, but I try to wait as long as possible while still giving you guys enough time to look at, our lineups and mix and match with your own, to wait for the people who are out. Because I kept getting notifications, this person's out, this person's out, this person's out. And I'm like, okay, this is probably pretty good. Let's hopefully wait a little bit. And we did. And it absolutely came through. So hopefully you guys had success last night. So let me know how you guys did. Would absolutely love to hear it. We are going to jump in today's slate. We have, just a small slate, 5 games. We have New York at Detroit at 220.5 total, with Detroit being a 7-point favorite. Atlanta at Miami, there is no favorite yet. Toronto, Memphis is a pretty low total, 206, with Toronto being a 4.5-point favorite. The Lakers at Denver, the 216 total, with the Denver Nuggets actually being a 4-point favorite, and Indiana at Phoenix with no totals yet. So those are the games. It's obviously a smaller slate than yesterday, but that's okay. I do want to thank everyone who are here watching this live. I'm only live just because when I did the video the other day, the sound was terrible. So my mic, it wasn't connected with my mic, so I do apologize. But I will answer questions in the comment section. I won't answer it during this live video. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. I'm actually surprised there are 4 people awake at 6 a.m. right now, but you guys are here. That's awesome. So what I've said is, let me know how you did yesterday, but we are going to jump into today's article a little bit. If you need to see a little bit more, the article will be out momentarily, probably about an hour after this goes live. And ask your questions. Tell me how you did. Any questions, comment below. So just looking at the point guard position today, Jamal Murray is actually towards the top against LA. We're looking about 38 to 40 out of him. Kyle Lowry about 35. Mike Conley, I'm looking about 35 to 38. Trying to find those value picks. Darren Collison dominated yesterday. He's still under 5K on FanDuel. I'm looking about 30 out of Collison again. Jeremy Lin about 25. Corey Joseph about 22 to 25. I kind of like Ish Smith for 20 to 24. And then we're trying to find those other value picks. Shelvin Mack about 15 to 18. Now, there's not a ton of plays at each position just with 5 games, but we're gonna find you guys some plays here. And if you need a little bit more, we will have our cheat sheet out later on today. Probably about, in the afternoon, about 2 in the afternoon, again, just to wait a little bit for all the lines to come out and the news to break for people who are in or out. Devin Booker, about 40 fantasy points. Tim Hardaway Jr., 36 to 40. Dwayne Wade, 26 to 30. Monte Morris, 25 to 28. Rodney Magruder, about 25 fantasy points. Let's drop down and find a value pick here. Depending on the minutes, you could go look at Alonzo Trier, about 16 to 18. Jamal Crawford, 16. And Josh Hart, right around 16. If Josh Hart could get a little bit more playtime in Denver for the Lakers, he could eclipse that 24-point mark. Just really will depend. LeBron James is at the top. He's super expensive, only projected right around 50, so less than 5 times value today. Being in Denver, as you know, running in Denver is hard to do, so the visiting team always has a little disadvantage. Probably why Denver's a 4-point favorite here. Kawhi Leonard, about 41 to 45, still under 5 times value. And we have Josh Richardson, about 40 fantasy points. Kyle Anderson, about 28 to 30. Trying to find those value picks here. Trevor Ariza, 28. Bojan Bogdanovic, 26 to 30. Justice Winslow, 25 fantasy points. Michael Bridges, 19 to 22 fantasy points. Lance Stevenson possibly, just depends on how many minutes he's actually going to get. We're looking about 15 out of Lance Stevenson. Then the power forward position, you got Blake Griffin, about 50 fantasy points. Domantas Sabonis, again, about 35. He helped us last night. Cash, maybe he'll help us out again. Paul Millsap, about 30 to 32. You want to drop down, Brandon Ingram, about 30. Thad Young, about 25 to 28. JaMychal Green, 25 to 28 as well. And finding those value picks is pretty hard at power forward. You can look at Trey Lyles, about 20 fantasy points. Raquan Holmes, about 15 to 18. Kevin Knox, about 15 to 18 as well. So a lot of these value picks, they will be very contingent on their value picks because they're so low priced, because they're not starters. So something has to happen where their minutes are upticked. Now, whether or not that does happen, that is why these value picks might be GPP only, or you are putting them on Draft or FanDuel because you're expecting them to drop the lowest score, and those guys are probably about to get the lowest score. Maybe not, though. It just really depends. Then moving over to the center position, we got Andre Drummond, about 52 to 55. Nikola Jokic, I kind of like him, about 48 to 50. Hassan Whiteside, 44 to 50. Kind of a little bit lower score for Whiteside than normal. Could see a little uptick, though. Drop down, you got Miles Turner, about 30 fantasy points. JaVale McGee, 27 to 30, which puts him below 5 times value on FanDuel. Dwayne Dedmon, about 25 to 28. Bam Adebayo, about 25 to 28 as well. Now, Bam Adebayo, I had him in our lineup 2 nights ago, and I took him out for whatever reason, and then he was in the optimal lineup. So I kind of like him for more than 30, especially against Atlanta. Atlanta is terrible. And then if you want to, dig towards the bottom, Alex Len, we're looking about 20 to 22 fantasy points. So that is all I have for this video, guys. Great day yesterday. Would love to know how you guys did. Hopefully you had success. Thank you for joining me live, but I do have to go. So I will, if you have any questions or you want to talk about yesterday, comment below, and we will talk about that during the day today. Any other questions, support@dailyrotohelp.com. If you guys have been trying to do, if you're still wanting to do the lifetime subscription, normally, like I said, Black Friday deal, it's normally $4.99. You can get it for $1.99, or you can get the year pass. Normally $1.99. You can get it for $99 if you email me, support@dailyrotohelp.com. Email me today, and hopefully you guys brought home the bacon yesterday, and hopefully you continue to bring home the bacon today. That is all I've got, guys. Good luck and peace.